Welcome to POC Global Media.
Israel has accepted the initiative for a bilateral ceasefire with Iran. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced this. In connection with the achievement of the strategic goals of Operation People Like a Lion in Iran, and in full agreement with President Trump, Israel accepted his initiative for a bilateral ceasefire, the head of the Israeli government noted. Netanyahu thanked the United States for its defense support and participation in eliminating the Iranian nuclear threat and added that if the agreements are not respected, Israel will respond decisively to any violation of the ceasefire. Israel has achieved all the goals of the military operation against Iran, eliminating the threat in the nuclear and missile spheres, says Office of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Before the announcement of a ceasefire between Iran and Israel, U.S. President Donald Trump called Netanyahu demanding that all hostilities be stopped, since Tehran was already significantly weakened. No more war, no more fighting. The Iranians are significantly weakened, Trump said. The office of the Israeli Prime Minister noted that Israel agreed to Trump's proposal. At the same time, it was noted that Israel would decisively respond to any violations of the ceasefire. The Prime Minister's office said Netanyahu will make an additional statement soon on the situation. Earlier on June 24, Iranian Press TV reported that the ceasefire had come into effect after 4 waves of Iranian attacks on Israeli territory. This information was subsequently confirmed by the American leader, who also called on both sides not to violate the truce. The ceasefire between Israel and Iran is permanent and will last forever, U.S. President Donald Trump said, as reported by NBC News. I think the ceasefire between Iran and Israel is permanent. It will last forever, the head of the White House noted. Journalists also asked whether the fighting had ended completely, to which the American leader responded positively. According to Trump, Iran and Israel will never attack each other again. Trump has called on the parties involved in the Middle East conflict not to violate the current ceasefire. The ceasefire is now in effect. Please do not violate it. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States, the American president said on Truth Social. Iran has fired missiles at a U.S. based in Qatar, Axios reported on Monday, citing Western officials. According to the report, Al Udeid base outside of Doha was facing a credible threat. The base is home to U.S. CENTCOM's HQ and British military personnel also serve there on rotation. Shortly before the attack, Qatar closed its airspace amid escalating threats of Iranian retaliation against the United States after the attack on Iran on Saturday night. Trump administration officials are convening in Washington, D.C. over the fresh attack. Just before the explosions, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian wrote on X, "We neither initiated the war nor seeking it. But we will not leave invasion to the great Iran without answer." According to regional media, Iran may also strike U.S. bases in Kuwait, Bahrain and Iraq.
Allahu Akbar. Madam.
لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله. Southwest, coming from the direction of Al-Udeid. Windows are shaking. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Probably a patriot.
Iran launched missile attacks on Monday on a U.S. military base in Qatar, retaliating for the American bombing of its nuclear sites and escalating tensions in the volatile region. According to Associated Press, Iran said the attack in Qatar matched the number of bombs dropped by the United States on its nuclear sites over the weekend, signaling its likely desire to de-escalate. Iran also said it targeted the base because it was outside of populated areas. Iran announced the attack on state television. A spokesman for the Islamic Revolutionary Guard said the strike sent a clear and direct to the White House and its allies. The Islamic Republic of Iran, relying on Almighty God and the steadfast support of its devout and proud people, will not leave any act of aggression against its territorial integrity, sovereignty, or national security unanswered under any circumstances, he said. Shortly after the attack, the Gulf nation of Bahrain, that is home to the U.S. Fifth Fleet headquarters, temporarily suspended flights in its airspace, which is similar to what Qatar did shortly before it was hit. Qatar condemned the attack on Al Udeid Air Base attack, but said it successfully intercepted the missiles and no casualties were reported. It said its airspace is now safe. The Ain al-Assad base housing U.S. troops in western Iraq was also targeted. An Iraqi security official who was not authorized to comment publicly told the Associated Press on condition of anonymity.
سپاه پاسداران انقلاب اسلامی با رمز مقدس یا ابا عبدالله الحسین علیه السلام در عملیات بشارت فتح پایگاه تروریستی آمریکا در العدید قطر را هدف تهاجم ویرانگر و قدرتمند موشکی قرار داد. پیام اقدام قاطع فرزندان ملت در نیروهای مسلح برای کاخ سفید و متحدانش روشن و صریح است. جمهوری اسلامی ایران با اتکال به خداوند متعال، اتکا به مردم مؤمن و پرآوازه ایران اسلامی، تحت هیچ شرایطی تعرض به تمامیت سرزمینی، حاکمیت و امنیت ملی خود را بی پاسخ نخواهد گذاشت.
Subscribe to POC Global Media for more.